direct and discover new foods, new materials, new way of thinking, and also some communities in an unexpected places. And I also found peace, that knowing that I am less harming the others. And one of the bigger educators, he asked once, and if we could live happy and healthy lives without harming others, why wouldn't we? But this is not a question to create a beauty. This is the question to see the potential. But, the human beings, we are not powerless. Actually, we are the most powerful species in the world, and the most capable one, as we can see. But these all questions start from to ask where what we consume come from, and how to choose out of habits, but mindfully. And real power is not what we consume sometimes, but I believe the real power is how we choose to live. Thank you.
All right, so now we are having 1 minute to write our feedback to Nurjan. And Duro here will collect for you. 1 minute, please. Started? 1 minute and 10 seconds. Okay. Please comment and switch thumbs up. So, the speech. Okay, so we are moving to the third speech. I was just gonna appoint Martin as the evaluator, but I see Arash actually has been, finally after his travels, he has been 6 months out of the country. So I think it would be a better idea to just assign Arash.
The team is back.
Yeah. So Arash, I know you didn't know, I even didn't know you will be coming to this meeting. But now as Alex's evaluator, and Alex, while you were away, he became the best evaluator in Turkey and the second best table topic in Turkey. So yeah, he's a very accomplished man. And tonight he's giving a speech. So what are your expectations as someone who's just new, he will, evaluate us? Could you share with us your thoughts?
Given the fact that he's got such accolades, I expect a speech that is impactful, dynamic, with great use of vocal variety and space. And I look forward to hearing him. Do you have any notes for me or observations you'd like me to make?
Yeah, it's a part of the boot camp of TOASTMASTERS where I'm supposed to be sharing my experience of being a protege. So I'm going to tell some stories.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let's welcome Alexander Krykov, Crep 2 mentors, Alexander Krykov.
I have a mentor. Sounds awesome, doesn't it? There's just something so cool about this phrase. When I hear the word mentor, I immediately envision something like Don Juan, Carlos Castaneda type of relationship. Or if that reference is a bit obscure for you, let's say Master Yoda and Luke Skywalker kind of thing. You know, somebody who is ideally kind of old and wise, and for some reason is willing to share their wisdom and compassionately guide you on your path to whatever you want. Well, I've never had that. So when I was asked by boot camp to share my story of being a protege, I kind of got baffled and started thinking, so what am I supposed to be talking here? So then I developed this concept of crypto mentor. And a crypto mentor is somebody who you definitely have learned from. And for all intents and purposes, you could call yourself a protege of theirs. But there just hasn't been this kind of formal one-on-one relationship between the two of you. And maybe you weren't even aware of being their protege, but most importantly, they weren't aware of being your mentor. So I'm just going to share two such people from my life with you and see maybe if you could reflect upon your own lives and see if you have had those in your case. So one crypto mentor of mine relates to a life area I know some of you here are fascinated with, which is dating and relationships. And the reason I stumbled upon that person was, I think, my growing dissatisfaction and frustration with the relationship formula that is being taught by virtually every dating coach I've ever encountered, which is effectively step one, get good. Step two, either establish kind of a circuit of short-term flings, casual relationships, and then replace anybody who complains with a new one because you're good. Or you keep dating and then you find one girl among those that you're dating and presumably she's the one you like best, so you start seeing her exclusively and you make her your girlfriend. Well, neither of those sounded terribly appealing for me. So when I found this other content creator that was speaking about long-term, ethical, non-monogamous relationships, I got hooked almost immediately. I started consuming his blogs, I bought a bunch of his books, subscribed to his paid membership, and eventually got to some communication with him, albeit not one-on-one, but it was an email exchange, we can say. And basically my being protege there was a process of learning a bunch of stuff, but more importantly, practicing it. Out there, going out on dates, maybe went out on 3-digit number of dates. I made all kinds of mistakes, suffered all kinds of frustrations. But eventually, after maybe 2 years of doing that, I arrived at a point where I found myself in a relationship with 2 girls at the same time. We were together for 3 years. They both knew about the existence of another one. It was from their full consent. No drama, no cheating on my end, so it was completely informed. In Russia, in a very traditional culture where non-monogamy doesn't even exist as a word in the language. So you can frame it as just me consuming content and then applying it, but it was more than that for me. It was very personal and deeply meaningful for me. So that's why I would call that person a crypto mentor. Another crypto mentor relates to another life area, which we could loosely define as spirituality. Although I don't like that term because it's very loaded. I like to use the term well-being instead. It basically relates to living in a state of abiding peace, where no matter what happens, you always feel okay, fundamentally okay, and everything feels okay in your life, no matter what happens, and you're safe, complete at all times. And most people, if not everybody who speaks on that topic, is a spiritual teacher, usually old. And so while they talk a good game, inadvertently they create this impression that the only way you can live in this abiding peace and be a very integrated person, successful, whatever, is to be a spiritual teacher and host retreats and seminars, webinars, all that. And that didn't sound very appealing to me. So then I stumbled across this person who was in his 40s, not old, serial entrepreneur, author, speaker, researcher, professor of psychology, and very successful individual who also lives in the abiding state of peace, that passive understanding, the way sometimes it's referred to. So I got hooked almost immediately. What I was interested in is how I can integrate this peace with my life so that I don't go to the cave, so to speak, and become like a hermit, but rather I live a very integrated and involved life that doesn't force me to sacrifice this peace too much to get what I want to get out of life. And so there was also this process of learning. There were also books, there were also courses, and eventually there was this interactive course where there was some communication with that guy. Again, not one-on-one. So again, it's not a pure mentorship. But effectively, I would call myself his protege because I was not only learning stuff from him, but I was emulating what he did with his life. Maybe I emulated like 1/10 of what he accomplished in his life, but that's a story for another day. But fundamentally, it was a deeply personal journey of mine that was guided by the stuff he taught in terms of whether it was a meditation practice or it was some psychological technique or it was some general principles and mindsets that sound easy, but when you apply it, it makes all the difference. And so that's what I would call a crypto mentor. It's a person who maybe is not even aware that he mentored you all this time, but you learned from that person. It's not like a school, it's not your parents, it's deeply meaningful to you, deeply personal to you. So I would like to invite you to maybe reflect and see if you've had people like that in your life, that even though maybe they were never aware of ever being your mentor, your coach, your teacher, maybe if you accept that they in fact were, you can get even more out of the teaching that they provided to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Let's take now 1 minute to write feedback to Alex on what we can do, our thoughts and ideas. And pass it to the room here. Alex, yours? Who's filming? That's the beginning. All right. Okay. So our final prepared speaker is Hamza. Let me first hear from his evaluator, Alex. What are your expectations from Hamza's speech, which he prepared in advance?
Well, you set me up there. So Hamza is level 4 at the moment.
Is he?
An accomplished speaker, a winner of a speech contest, prepared speech in the entirety of Turkey. My understanding is he's going to bless us with some improvisation tonight. So,
Yeah, and
it's
I was
easy.
aware his speech is ready. Because he
it's
told
going to
me.
be a collective improvisation of me introducing him and him performing his speech. So,
All right.
good stuff.
Okay, so let's welcome Hamza Khan. No deadline, no finish line. No deadline, no finish line, Hamza Khan.
I have 2 lessons for you. No bullshit. I don't know if I can use that word.
You can.
No deadline, no finish line. No deadline. I was speaking to my friend Mehmet. Mehmet and I are very close friends. He studies the same major at the same school. And we were hanging out, and I asked him to come to my apartment. And he's sitting. And I make him some tea. I don't usually make tea, but I make him some tea. And I'm like, here, Mehmet. And as we were talking, Mehmet is to me saying, "Hamza, man, I don't have a job. I'm not the right person for that. I'm also looking for a job right now." And I asked him, "Mehmet, why do you need a job? What exactly?" He's like, "I graduated and I feel a bit left behind. I see people on LinkedIn. I see people getting jobs. They're getting accomplished." I'm like, "No. Why do you need a job?" Like the Jordan Peterson. Like, why exactly do you need a job? He's like, "I need it." I'm like, "No, think about it. Think about it. Why do you need it?" And as I was questioning him, and as I was speaking to him, I realized something so incredible. I realized there is this supernatural being that we have in our lives. And you know what that is? What is it, people?
Money?
No.
For sure.
It's the society. Society's pressure. You have to do something. By the age of 25, you have to have a job after you graduate. You have to marry at the age of 30. You have to retire at the age of 60. You need to have these deadlines. And I started thinking, man, who made them? Who made them in the first place? Why do I have to follow this deadline of the society? Why can't I graduate out of college and travel? My friend named Alex travels right now. He's 30-something. Sorry to reveal her age, but he can do that. And there are people who can push themselves to go out of their normal societal pressure and make a life for themselves. So this is a practical lesson. The supernatural being, it reminds me that we are these elephants, that we are tied to this stick. And we are brought up being tied to the stick. And we know we have the strength to move. But since a young age, we have been tied to the stick. And even if the elephant has become big, there is a limitation that we have put on ourselves. These deadlines are the limitations that we have put on ourselves. So go home today and again, think, what are these deadlines the supernatural society is putting on me? And can I fight it? So start with the question, can I fight these deadlines? That's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, no finish line. You gotta be a lifelong learner. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. This is your knowledge, this is your confidence. So as your knowledge increases, your confidence increases. As your knowledge increases a little bit, your confidence just peaks. I started coming to TOASTMASTERS for a year. You know what I thought? I'm the best public speaker already. I had no awards, none of that. And I started feeling I'm the best already. And as your knowledge grows, you're like, man, I don't really know a lot. There's so much to learn in life. So in your life, if you are in a group, you join a group, you talk to people, never underestimate everybody. Never underestimate what you can learn from people, what they can teach you. No matter what position you are, think of yourself as a lifelong learner. When I won the awards, when I won speech contests, I started to have this pressure that I have to have the best speeches, otherwise, it's not really good for me. But again, perfectionism. Go unprepared. Go do what you exactly want to do because this finish line is not there. So I started to be very perfectionist and I started thinking, this is it. This is what I know. This is my finish line. But the lesson here is there's no finish line. You got to learn even at the age of 60. You have to grow even when you are a teenager. You are young. You are someone who's accomplished. For example, for me, there's so much I can learn. I cannot be, for example, some people among us, maybe they're trained in public speaking now a little bit, they know body language and stuff. They go at work and maybe they see someone making mistakes in their presentation and they're like, hey man, you're not really confident. Let me show you exactly how to do that. And then they come to the Toastmaster meeting. What can it be the outcome for today? So it's like you gotta have the humility to be a lifelong learner, learn as much as you can because there's no finish line. 2 lessons I'll leave you with. There's no deadline and there's no finish line. Thank you.
Let's take 1 minute to write comments for Hamza. I don't think you can.
No, I didn't.
Such a disappointment. You will not be annoying. Okay, so everyone give to the roof. Raise your hand, she will just come by and pull it. Alright, okay. So if you start writing, give it to Duru. And now, just before we go to the break and get back to the table topic, which is an amazing session, will be led by Sumaya. We just want to get to know our guests. I see your first timers, so let's get to know you. I want everyone just to say their name, how did they find our club, that's it. So, Badrhan, could you please introduce yourself? How did you find our club? What did you
My name is Dönecek. My name is Şaşkına. I'm from Şaşkına. Really, it's not my first time in TOASTMASTERS. When I was in Colombia, I joined sometimes in Colombia. I knew this week I want to
How did you find our club?
Instagram.
Instagram. All right. We are unfortunately not here tonight, but yeah, we'll tell him he's doing a great job. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Esra. I found out this club through her, like we work in the same company. So I'm really curious about the
Nice to meet you, Esra.
Hi, and I'm Dina. So I found this club maybe very surprising, right? Because I think in the last meeting I was here with my nephew and niece, and we were searching for books. And then I come here and I asked them to, can I check here? And then I saw Hamza, and he was saying something about the aliens and being an alien and stuff like that. Yeah, so and he gathered my attention. So today I'm here with my plus one, so I'm excited. Thank you for all.
All right. Very nice to meet you. Yeah.
Hello everyone. This is Ünal.
Would you like to stand up?
This is me. I'm here. How I learned about the TOASTMASTERS. I was a member of the workshop from the TOASTMASTERS a couple of years ago. But I couldn't have any chance to attend this one.
This is a better one.
Yeah. happy to be here. Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Ben personally, I just found you out on Instagram actually. This is my first time of attending the sessions. I was just in the branch before.
That's nice. You're our board counter.
Hi, I'm Duru. I'm actually also in the club of Türkçe TOASTMASTERS, some TOASTMASTERs, and we go to each other's meetings. So today I'm here.
That's how you're best. And you can tell everyone this is the best club, you know.
I am Abdurrahman. I am 29 years old. I have been as a Toastmaster in Turkey for 2 months ago, and I'm interested for listening, and I enjoyed the meeting for the time. I enjoyed the time.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Wow, we have a lot of people coming from the Turkish club. So, what's you? Yes, you. No.
Not me.
Yeah.
I actually attend last time. Well, this is not my first time.
Okay.
I'm introducing myself again. I'm Sanatı. I was born and raised in Istanbul. I like attending this kind of events, and one of my friends suggested this club. And I'm also a PhD student in material science and knowledge.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Nida. I heard the club, my friends. I'm excited. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. We are happy to have you with us.
It's my third time.
Oh, really? Wow. I'm very.
Yeah, and I like.
Before that, they will.
No.
Thank you.
Second time I also introduced myself, so it's okay. I mean, I enjoyed my time here. I learned, I learned from you guys, and it was very fun. I want to remember as well.
Yeah, we would. For membership, Martin. Talk to Martin. Martin is our VP.
I'm in contact.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Okay. Have you?
Yes, Oğuzhan. I heard here from my accounting professor, Şaşkına, and also I know here from Hamza, we met before.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and we just wanted to check it out with my friends.
Nice to meet you.
Hello everyone, this is Salih Kursoğlu. I just came here with the recommendation of my roommate, Uygusa. And just nice to be here, and conversation was good, and interaction was also good.
We are happy to have you with us. Andre is our general evaluator, by the way. So, yeah, we will explain what you will do throughout the meeting later, but just introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Angie Sonyogwana and I'm from South Africa. I'm with the Liverpool Toastmasters in the UK. So I'm visiting Istanbul for 3 months and I decided to search online and found this club.
Thank you. All right, everyone, we are having 15 minutes break. Grab any drink you would like, or just get to know each other. Go somewhere where it's cooler than here. And we'll come here after 15 minutes, so this means 35. All right? 35, we are starting. 40.